And we're back to learning Photoshop in a year, day 355. I haven't yet talked about all of the blur options. Let me press Ctrl J here to copy the original. Then I go to Filter, Blur, and the first three options simply add a blur. I press Ctrl Z here. Some of them aren't really usable, but for example, the Blur More, you can see it has an impact. But these are one-click options, so you cannot adjust anything. That's not the case, for example, for the box blur. The box blur, it creates a blurred effect by blending pixels in a box pattern. And for all of these, you get a preview window where you can zoom in and out and left-click drag to move around. In this case, the box blur only has the radius for the pixels, so this is simply the intensity. We delete it, Ctrl J yet again. To copy the original, we start fresh. I've already talked about the Gaussian blur, so that video is available in my playlist. Thus, if you're interested, just type it into my channel homepage or search the Photoshop playlist. The lens blur, that's a little bit more complex. I'm going to dedicate a special video to that. I believe I've also talked about the motion blur, but I haven't talked about radial blur. Here you can set the blur method to spin, which is then a circular radial blur. And the zoom is a typical pattern that moves into the image. And get back here, quality for a quick draft, go down with the quality. And when you've got what you want, apply the filter again with best quality. And up here the slider is the intensity. And then we have the shape blur. It works like the pixel blur, but in this case it doesn't use a pixel. Instead, it uses a predefined shape, and you can use the inbuilt symbols, icons. So let me switch that, and you can see it applied in real time. Changes a little bit the perspective, so where the blur moves, you could say. It's a nice tool to have, it's a nice gimmick, but use cases are fairly limited. Then we have the smart blur. The smart blur, it actually can detect the edges. So if I blur it here, you can see the fur gets blurred, but not with the background. You can adjust the threshold as well. Radius is the intensity, and threshold is then where it detects the edges, or where it sets the edges that are detected. The final blur goes somewhat in the same direction, the surface blur. Again, it preserves the edges, so at least tries to. You can set that via threshold. And then radius is the intensity. You can see it's a little bit more intense than the smart blur that we've used. For the most part, you need the Gaussian blur. That's why I've made a specific video about that. Maybe the lens blur, I'm gonna make that my next video. And these other blurs, they're usually nice to have. But for example, photo editing, you don't really need them. For some effects here and there, but these are usually more intermediate to advanced effects. And these are the blurs that I've missed so far in my playlist in Photoshop. Hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.